China has issued a direct and carefully worded warning to the United States, following high-profile displays of its strategic and nuclear capabilities. President Xi Jinping's top diplomat has effectively schooled the Trump administration over its Taiwan policy. This warning comes just days after Taiwan conducted military drills using US-supplied rockets, a move that Beijing sees as provocative and closely linked to Washington's growing security ties with the island. On June 30th, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi held a phone call with his American counterpart, using the conversation to set out Beijing's expectations for how the relationship should be managed in the months ahead. According to the Chinese readout, Wang Yi explicitly urged the United States to handle Taiwan with utmost caution, underlining that any misstep on the issue could have far-reaching consequences for bilateral ties. He also stressed that both the US and China need to stay on course to maintain a relationship of strategic stability, suggesting that managing competition without sliding into conflict remains a priority for Beijing. Wang Yi said, and I quote, "Building a constructive relationship of strategic stability is not just a slogan. It requires action, moving towards each other and persistent efforts. To this end, both sides should lengthen their cooperation list, create more positive agendas, while simultaneously reducing their list of issues and managing various risks and hidden dangers. The Taiwan issue has far-reaching implications. We hope the US will treat Taiwan-related affairs with utmost caution." Both sides agreed that the call between the two foreign ministers was positive and constructive, and agreed to work together to implement the important consensus reached by the two heads of state and continue to maintain communication in a flexible manner. End quote. Notably, this marks the second time in a short span that China has urged the US to exercise special caution on Taiwan, reinforcing the sense that Beijing is drawing a firm line and repeating its warnings intentionally. In an earlier bilateral meeting, Xi Jinping personally warned Donald Trump against backing Taiwan in ways that challenge the One China principle, making clear that such moves would be seen as direct interference in China's internal affairs. Xi is reported to have cautioned that if the US acts on certain interests in Taiwan, particularly those seen as promoting independence or deeper military ties, it could risk triggering a direct conflict between the two major powers. For the first time, Taipei used its US-supplied HIMARS systems to fire toward the contested Taiwan Strait, marking a new milestone in how openly it trains with American kit. The live-fire exercise simulated full-scale invasion scenarios, giving Taiwanese crews a chance to rehearse counterattack options they would use if Chinese forces crossed the strait. Reports say the drill involved multiple HIMARS salvos fired into designated zones inside the Taiwan Strait, mimicking how barrages might be used to break up an incoming assault. The Lockheed-made HIMARS launchers have quickly become a key piece of Taiwan's arsenal, seen by officials as a central tool for blunting any first wave of a Chinese attack. Taiwanese troops reportedly practiced classic shoot-and-scoot tactics, firing rockets and then rapidly relocating the launchers to avoid being hunted by PLA missiles. That mobility is meant to help Taiwan dodge Chinese counterstrikes against exposed launch sites, forcing Beijing to chase moving targets instead of hitting fixed batteries. However, local media also reported several misfires during the complex live-fire drills, a reminder that adopting new Western systems brings its own learning curve and risks. The HIMARS drills took place amid already heightened tensions between China and Taiwan, with political ties frayed and military encounters becoming more frequent. Beijing still sees Taiwan as a renegade province and routinely sends jets and warships around the island, using almost daily patrols to wear down Taipei's defenses. A recent US-China review report counted 3,075 PLA aircraft incursions into Taiwan's air defense identification zone in 2024, underscoring how relentless the pressure has become. Taiwan has also been testing imported Altius drones, using them to strike offshore targets in new trials designed to add more long-range precision options to its toolkit. The island is racing to build an asymmetric defense, betting on mobile rockets, drones and missiles to offset the sheer scale of PLA forces massed across the water. These drills come amid reports that Washington is keeping Taiwan at arm's length ahead of Trump's summit with Xi Jinping, careful not to let Taipei dominate the superpower agenda. The video also offers a closer look at the YY-20 aerial refueling tanker supporting China's long-range air power. The YY-20 was developed to greatly expand the operational range of China's bombers, fighters, and support aircraft. The tanker is capable of refueling H-6 bombers, J-20 stealth fighters, and KJ-500 airborne early warning aircraft. Beijing views the YY-20 as a critical enabler of long-distance strategic operations. The footage shows a YY-20 operating alongside the H-6N nuclear-capable bomber, according to reports. The H-6N is designed to carry long-range nuclear-capable ballistic missiles as part of China's nuclear triad. Analysts say the bomber depends heavily on the YY-20 to reach strike positions much farther from Chinese territory. Reports say the missile carried by the H-6N could reach much of the U.S. mainland if launched from the mid-Pacific. Aerial refueling allows the bomber to operate far beyond its original theater-level combat range. The new footage highlights how the YY-20 has become central to China's evolving long-range strike strategy. Analysts say it also reflects Beijing's growing investment in strengthening its strategic deterrence against the United States.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.